Hey yo, it's your girl Flo, back with another video. And if you're new here, hi. I hope you subscribe. So I just wanted to touch on a few things regarding the viral video that's been circulating since this past Friday. As you can see, the mugshot of Edward Cagney Mathews has been released. He was brought out of his house in handcuffs, but only after protesters had pulled up on him, which was a full 2 days after the viral incident that was caught on camera. When the cop showed up at the incident, Cagney and the officer were talking like they knew each other, like they were comfortable with each other. So what I want to know is, was he truly arrested, or is he just being protected? More pending charges have been made, so they say, and the victims are looking to add more as this man has single-handedly terrorized them for the last 4 years. Statements from the lead prosecutor and the Burlington County Chief of Police coming up, so without further ado, let's go.
I have no right to speak to anybody using the words that I did. It was wrong.
We got a chance to speak with Mathews about an hour before he was ultimately taken into custody. He told me he lost his composure, he regrets his words, and maintains he's not a racist.
Looking at that video, many of the things that you said were pretty ugly racial slurs.
I did not mean this. It was a lapse of judgment at a moment at my weakest point, and my anger got the best of me.
In the end, police arrested him, took him into custody, charging Mathews with bias intimidation. But he and several officers were hit by the crowd in the process.
Ultimately, it worked, but many of my officers were sprayed with mace, hit with bottles, sticks.
Riot police then moved in to try and disperse the 100+ people there. Some threw bricks, rocks, and trash at his home.
We got some type of justice today.
Neighbor Ashley Gibbons says she and her mom were harassed by Mathews, and she doesn't buy his remorse.
It was coming to him. It was coming to him, and I have no regrets of what happened today.
Now, police say they've actually received multiple complaints against Mathews in the past. In fact, they've actually investigated him several times before. The police chief noted he was charged with harassment just last Friday, but not put behind bars. Mathews tonight will be spending the evening in Burlington County Jail.
Another victim, a young lady by the name of Jasmine. She shared her experience that she had with Mathews on Facebook. If you look at yesterday's video, just past the 6-minute mark, you will see Matthew standing there in a navy blue shirt. Well, the young woman that he is speaking with, her name is Jasmine. And I just want to briefly read what she has to say. Michael Tucker has inspired me to share my video and my story of my previous very racist neighbor, Cagney Mathews, who literally made my entire year of living in Mount Laurel in my own condo horrible. It's actually a painful experience, especially being he got away with everything. I've always wanted to share, but just didn't. I was a young, single mom, and my son is very hyper. We were living in the condo above him, and he hated hearing my son. He made threats, filed false complaints, tried to pin people against me constantly, harassed me, tried to force me to drop charges, spray painted my car. He kicked in my door with numerous people present, and the Mount Laurel Police Department did nothing. Literally nothing, even tried to sway me against not pressing charges on this man and deleted the evidence I sent them so it wasn't in the discovery in court. This feud went on for over a year. The court had to be changed 3 times because he had too many conflicts with judges. Basically, this man got away with everything he has done, and Mount Laurel lets him do what he wants. Mount Laurel needs to be sued. I wrote newspapers, the county, everyone. No one did anything at all. It was the worst experience of my life. I thought moving to Mount Laurel would have been a great thing, but was really wrong. There was another neighbor that was interviewed by CBS Philadelphia, and they described him as intolerable and egregious. And then yet another neighbor said that Mathews has used a BB gun to shoot her neighbor's windows out, smeared dog feces all over their cars, and then he put nails in their tire rims. Now, the chief of police out there, the Mount Laurel chief of police, Steve Friedner, says he had been brought to court before, but those charges were either dismissed or no probable cause was ever found. So no probable cause was ever found is what this man is saying. He also goes on to say, we had investigated him several times, but until this particular incident, where the neighbors had video available from the Ring cameras and things of that nature, we were finally able to get the evidence that we needed to actually charge him with the crimes he was committing. So the head of the NAACP chapter actually spoke as well. So his name, he's the Southern Burlington NAACP president, and his name is Marcus Sibley. And he told NJ.com that we've seen people get shot for less. And Mathews not only used one of the most demeaning terms you can give to a black person, he said it with no hesitation. But he also said it once the police officer came and was cursing at the police officer. But the familiarity displayed between Mathews and the first officer on the scene on Friday, it suggests a level of intimacy between the two that's indicative of the larger issue of white supremacy sympathy in law. Sibley goes on to say, we want a federal hate crime charge. We will not rest until this person who has a pattern of behavior that proves he has a lack of regard for black people faces consequences. He not only said the N-word, but we also have first-hand accounts of him writing the N-word on people's property. So this person has a problem. So then after the NAACP had their statement, the mayor, his name is Stephen Steglick, the mayor actually called for a federal hate crimes investigation into Mathews. The mayor says, we must have accountability and transparency as to why the process to get Mathews into police custody was filled with loopholes that seemingly protected a known harasser at the expense of the safety of law-abiding citizens. So the U.S. Attorney's Office for New Jersey, they tried to get a statement, but they actually, from them, but they actually declined to comment Wednesday about the possibility of a federal investigation. So lastly, before we get out of here, I have statements from the prosecutor's office. So the lead prosecutor says that he understands the community's frustration and that reports that Mathews' actions in the videos were not isolated, but rather a part of a pattern of racial intimidation and hostility. Therefore, the prosecutor's office is announcing it will launch an independent investigation into any and all incidents involving Mathews in Mount Laurel. Based upon expressed community concerns, the prosecutor's office will also undertake an investigation into the circumstances of the Mount Laurel Police Department's handling of the incident to which they were called in Friday night, July 2nd. Now, Mathews has been charged. So far, Mathews is charged with 6 counts of harassment, bias intimidation, and criminal trespassing, and is scheduled for a court appearance on Friday in Superior Court of Burlington County in Mount Holly. So I'll be following this case to see if he truly is held accountable for his devious behavior against these citizens. Do you think he'll be charged with a federal hate crime? Or will he get yet another slap on the wrist? And from the testimonies, I don't even think he was getting slap on the wrist. It seemed like he was getting away with everything. I mean, this man felt so privileged, so entitled, that he willingly gave his home address out and dared people to come pull up. Well, the people did just that. To all the new subscribers, thank you so much. You're greatly appreciated. And please forgive my old raspy voice. I've been a singer for many, many years, and these old vocal cords are finally paying the price. But thanks for your patience, and until next time, subscribe to stay in the know. Peace.